Hello and welcome to Do Well, your guide to wellness and well-being in Suffolk. Well, said the three police officers when they were asked how they were feeling one day. Oh, just didn't sound as funny as it did in my head. Never mind. The stand-up's not going great, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm Anne, and this week I sent roving reporter Alex to rove the hell out of an inspirational new wellness fad that's got one Suffolk resident in a proper flap. That's a pun, and you'll see why if you listen. No spoilers, just listen. Just listen, all right? Do well.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Do Well. I'm Alex, and I'm very pleased to have with me today Susan Flatpack. Hello, Susan.
Hello, Alex.
Hello. I'm delighted to have you on. She's already doing it. She's just given me the classic jazz hands, and that's what Susan's here to tell us about today. Jazz hands. Tell us more.
Jazz hands.
Yeah,
Yes.
jazz hands.
Jazz
Like this.
hands.
Jazz hands. Yeah.
Oh, well, Alex, what can't I tell you about the wellness benefits of jazz hands? Well, you can see by the massive grin on my face just how well I feel from just giving you a very brief, what was that, 2 seconds?
And I jazz handed back.
You did it back to me.
The listeners won't have seen that, but I had a big jazz hand and a big smile back.
If only this was being filmed.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. So let me tell you, what would you like to know? How it started?
Yeah, well, let's stick with the wellness benefits.
Well, first of all, the wellness benefits of jazz hands really cannot be underestimated. If I could just explain to your listeners that the jazz hands movement is the classic hands out to the sides, spreading your fingers. There is a specific technique that we have developed within our jazz hands group, which I will come on to talk about, and it's the shaking the hands. We've all seen it. We've all seen it.
Do you have to do the kind of like the arched eyebrow? Is that like head on the side? Is that?
Facial movements do come into it, but that is at a slightly more advanced stage, and that's fine. I can talk you through the whole technique of it. But first of all, the wellness benefits, there is an uplifting of the soul.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware,
I think
Alex.
I felt that.
I don't know if you're aware, but at the ends of our fingers are the meridians, and they are the antennae into the cosmos.
Right.
They are your antennae into the cosmos.
Right. Okay. And how does that work?
Well, it's through a very, very simply explained movement of energy channeling from your third eye through your arms, meridians, and out through your fingertips into the cosmos, where they will unite.
Yeah, amazing. Through the medium of jazz as well.
Through the medium of jazz, but this is the beauty of it. The jazz hand does not have to be accompanied by music or any other movement, in fact. Although, as I said, there are advanced movements.
Well, let's get to those in a bit. First of all, Susan, tell us, how did it begin? How did you first discover this amazing well-beingness practice?
Well, this is something that I discovered while I was being furloughed.
Right.
Yes.
Great.
I actually am a park keeper by trade.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my hands are always tied. I'm always sweeping up, or I've got machinery in my hands. So I didn't understand the power of my own hands, because they're always being full. They're always being used to either chainsaw. I do have a chainsaw certificate. I'm either chainsawing branches, or I'm mowing, or I'm cutting back, or pruning, or general maintenance.
Yeah.
On furlough, my hands were freed.
Wow.
And I mean that in a literal and a spiritual sense.
Right. Yeah. And so what happened? Free hands.
Free hands, jazz hands.
Free hands, jazz hands.
Yeah, I just found myself one day going, what am I going to do? I threw my hands in the air and went, what am I going to do? I'm so bored on furlough.
Yeah.
And as I did that, my entire soul lifted.
But that sounds like an accidental jazz hands.
It was an accidental jazz hands.
Wow, it's that powerful.
It was that powerful.
Goodness.
I felt it like a little tingle, and then I thought, I'm going to harness this.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this a go.
Yeah.
So
what did you do next?
Well, what I decided to do was I did it for a bit longer, and you can tire of jazz handing.
Right.
So I decided what I would do is build up slowly. I get up in the morning.
Yeah.
I do my ablutions. Don't need to go into that.
No.
And then after breakfast, you're welcome. And then after breakfast, I jazz hand for between 3 and 5 minutes.
Oh, that's much longer than I thought you'd say. I thought you'd say 5-second burst.
At the start, yeah.
Right,
But
okay.
I mean,
You've
I've been
built
doing
up.
this. I've been doing this now for months. So
Yeah.
now, I mean, I can jazz hand all day long.
Wow.
But
Can
it
you-
does
what does that
take
do for you?
practice. Well, you do have to stay grounded.
Yeah.
Because it can be so uplifting that you can almost
take off.
Honestly, you can be as high as a kite.
Really? What? Literally in the air?
Literally as high as a kite. You can
You can
practically
fly.
take off. I have levitated.
You've flown with jazz hands.
I have levitated with jazz hands.
Wow,
Yes.
How high?
Oh, at least 2 or 3 inches.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. And what do you put that down to?
Excessive jazz handing.
Right. Yes. Sorry. Obvious.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
But like I said, start off slowly. So I introduced this.
Could you teach me? Could you sort of, I'm
Oh,
obviously a beginner.
I would
but
absolutely love
Yeah.
to do this, because this is what I did. You see, I recognised the benefits for myself. I thought, this is too good to keep to myself.
Yeah.
So on the next Zoom meeting that I had with my friends,
Yeah.
I introduced them to it.
Yeah.
By the end of it, we were all giving it the jazz hands.
Right.
And their faces lit up. I mean,
Lovely.
they lit up. They
Lovely.
were glowing.
Lovely.
It's great for your circulation. It's great for your just a sense of movement. You know, that sense of movement. It raises your endorphins. So, would you like to? Give it a
I'd love
go?
to. Yes.
Okay, so
I'm ready.
I think we're going to stay seated
Okay.
because I don't want to overexert
No,
you. It is.
no.
It is a form of exercise that does. I mean, I wouldn't suggest you do this if you did have heart problems or existing health conditions before checking with your GP.
No, I mean, I will say that.
I don't want to take that risk.
I mean, maybe it's worth me saying just before we begin. I mean, I've been jazz handing for a long time, without any supervision, without any encouragement. Yeah, I mean, I've say something I've noticed that pretty much everyone does, all the time. Well, or not all the time, but yeah, often. Like if you're kind of mocking something, you might jazz hands and raised eyebrow.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. So you're doing the classic jazz hand with your intention is not.
No, it's irony. It's mocking.
You're doing the sarcastic.
Mostly. Occasionally it's proper.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
if no one's really kind of watching, I might actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll give it
this
a go.
This is a different style.
This is a different style because what I want you to do is I want you to open your mind.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Imagine your third eye, which sits just above your actual first and second eyes, which are the ones on your face.
Which is my first eye?
That one.
Great.
I'm pointing to one of his eyes. And it's just, the third eye sits just above your nose, in between eyes 1 and 2.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Number 3.
So this is number 3.
And what am I doing with it?
So you're just imagining
Okay.
a pulsing beam of light in there.
Okay.
And now imagine, much like a maypole, you know how the ribbons come down from a maypole?
Yeah.
Imagine those ribbons coming out of your third eye, through, past your sinuses, down through your neck, over your shoulders, through your arms. Come on, feel the energy, feel the energy.
Yeah.
And then just move those hands. Come on, take them right out.
Huh? The wide as I like.
Look at your face,
Look
Alex.
at me. Huh?
That's it. You're doing it. How do you
Wow.
feel? How do you feel?
Brilliant.
Okay, now
I feel like my head's like a lighthouse of light.
This is absolutely extraordinary to witness, listeners. I wish you could see.
I'm just gonna ease it in a bit actually.
Okay, so bring it in.
Yeah,
bring it
I
in.
feel the arms should come closer to the body,
Slowly.
just to.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And now just decrease tessellate less on the hands. Tessellate less.
Tessellate less.
Tessellate less.
Yeah.
Take it right down.
Tessellate
and
less.
Just place the hands on the knees.
Wow. Gosh.
How do you feel?
Like I've just had an epiphany. That was amazing.
Isn't it?
Did I say something about being a lighthouse?
You
In the
did.
middle of that?
You see.
Yeah.
You did.
I was. Yeah.
Okay.
I was barely there.
So we call this the moment of jazz hand blackout.
Jazz hand blackout.
It's
I think I might have
almost
just
a
had that.
moment of jazz hand blackout, if I could only say the word.
Jack hand blaz out.
Jazz hand blackout. So jazz hand blackout is when the
Right.
jazz hands are working so hard
Yeah.
that actually your
you actually-
human brain
Yeah.
just rational thought
Yeah. No. And
disappears.
the third eye takes over.
The third eye takes over, and it was
Wow.
your third eye speaking to me.
Was it?
Yeah,
Wow.
For
So
your
my third eye thinks it's a lighthouse.
it did for a moment, and I've got to say, Alex, you were glowing.
Oh, that's great. I felt that. Oh, thank you. Susan, this is a transformative practice.
Isn't it just?
Just amazing.
So as you progress, I mean, I would suggest to anybody, you get up in the morning and you practice building up. I mean, we did a few seconds there, and
Very
already
quick.
you feel the quite
Yeah.
powerful benefits.
Yeah, I did.
You need to build up, and if you can build up to between, say, like I said, 3 to 5 minutes of jazz hands in
Yeah.
the morning,
Yeah.
it will set you up for the day.
Yeah.
And when you're feeling ready,
Mm.
you can add in a couple of facial expressions. Now, what I do, like you said, there's the raised eyebrow.
Yeah.
There's the slightly open mouth with a smile,
Right. Okay.
as if you're about to burst into song.
Goodness. Well, I think I'd love to try that, but I think I ought to build up to it.
I think that
Yeah.
for today,
Yeah.
I think you need to drink plenty of water.
Yeah.
And
So endocrine flush.
yes,
Yeah.
because you'll find that it does flush out the toxins.
Yeah, I bet it
Much
does.
like a massage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must ask you, I was intrigued. It's obviously a phrase you used. You said tessellate less.
Yes.
And I didn't know quite what it helped calm me. It brought me down from
Yes, it does,
the
yeah.
lighthouse moment.
So when we move our fingers in the jazz hand styly,
Right, yeah.
that's the tessellation
That's
of the
the
fingers is
tessellation.
what sends the energy
Right.
booming out of the end of your fingers
Yeah.
into the cosmos
Yeah.
to connect with the light in the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
You get
needed
me?
to just do it less.
And just as you come down,
Yeah.
you don't just stop tessellating
No.
your fingers.
No.
I mean, that's going to shock the system a little bit.
Yeah. Just
So you just bring it in.
ease it down.
Yeah,
Great.
just to gentle movements, almost like you're playing the piano very, very slowly, as opposed to playing chopsticks with somebody and you're in a race.
Yeah, like a piano that's actually just drawn on a table in the end, not even pressing the keys.
Yeah, like you're imagining.
Like an imaginary piano.
Yeah.
And then onto the legs,
And then
just to
onto
ground
legs,
it.
just to ground everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
Susan, I'm afraid we're rather tight on time, but
no worries.
it's been transformative. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Do well.
Do well. Oh, yes. Jazz hands. That was Susan Flatpack there, talking my kind of language. Don't know about you, but I really want to go now and listen to the soundtrack to Chicago or something like that. It's really put me in the mood. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it too. And until next time, do well.